WI 23, Curry Netball Facility, Councillor Grine.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I'd like to, on recommendation number 1,
Recommended, so there's an alternate just
Number
at the
2,
bottom of the
sorry.
screen. Yep.
Yep. Number 2, if we could just remove the word external, investigate, take the word external out.
So,
And then a report come back to council, please.
Yep.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Look, I've was disappointed, as everyone in this room is, about the cost blowouts. But I think it's important that we move forward and we complete the works and we do find the money somewhere, whether that be external, internal, but we actually push to get the whole works that we promised our community, for our little community that are doing an amazing job, to make sure that we get this over the line. So I know that we will all work hard, all of us councillors and council, to make sure that this actually happens. Thank you.
yeah. Councillor Olsen.
Yes, Mayor, I'm totally disgusted with this whole thing. To think that it's going to go from 7.5 to $12.7 million. Is absolutely disgusting. How can any staff member get it so wrong? If that staff member worked for me, that person wouldn't have a job anymore. That is terrible. I find that no one can be that far out of a guesstimation. And this has happened so many times with this council, so many times. Let's do this project over here. It's going to cost us $2 million. Oh, hang on, it's $5 million. After we agree to it. Look at the things that we've done, that our pathway from Bridges Hill, $3 million. We were, last I heard, we were at 3.7. We'll probably go to 5, I'd say, by the time we get this project finished. I just can't understand where all this money goes. There was a contingency in there over $1 million still. So they're guesstimations, and that's all we ever get out of this place is guesstimations. We got told Woolworths wanted to buy the land. They're not buying the land. This is disgusting. If any councillor here accepts that as good management, you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here.
Councillor Olsen, I'm just going to interrupt you. Under the code of meeting practice, I think you've made a number of comments in this so far that are insults and unfavourable personal remarks about council officials. Councillor Olsen, it's just worth clarifying that the resolution before us doesn't refer to taking money from any projects or thing. It actually asks the clearly in dot point 2 that it asks for funding options to be investigated and another report to come back to council identifying those. So whatever, I know you're referring to comments that are in the report, but that is not what the resolution is in front of us, as that was put forward by Councillor Grine.
And want to support the new grounds, but there is an issue. We were told this project is only going to be 7.5 and grant funded and election promise. To then get this report and now we're $5.2 million short. How can we do this project when we're $5.2 million short?
Councillor Grine.
Thank you, Mayor Savelle. Can I just say that I don't believe for one second that anyone here tonight is prepared to sacrifice anything from Western Bears, and we're not even willing to entertain it. I am a strong supporter of Western Soccer Bears, the Bears, and I ask every politician that I come across for 10 million so that we can get this master plan started. And I do believe that we should be pursuing all grants and it shouldn't be coming out of council money, and I believe that we will get it.
Now move to report P24 2023. Councillor Judd.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Sorry about that. I'm a bit slow at the button some days. This reminds me of 6th Street, South Cessnock. I do remember saying that the planning is supporting these type of developments, and it won't be long till this could be happening next door to you. Here we go again, another area that is predominantly single story, and we're going to build these 2-story units again on strata because it seems to be the loophole when it comes to minimum land sizes. Hopefully we look at changing the LEP like talked about at the site meeting today, because like I said, people move to Cessnock for the country town aspects, and when we are doing all these little build-up areas, it does change the look of the town and makes our town lose its charm. It also can create parking issues. I just feel like we're overdeveloping, and I'm allowed to have an opinion on this. Even this report says the building doesn't meet requirements at the side boundary setbacks, are non-compliant for the first floor of the building in that the maximum size boundary setbacks requirement is 1.819, with this being 1.65. The report addressed this issue as while the setback proposed is non-compliant with a variation ranging from 10.4 to 36%, the length of the non-complying wall does not extend for the full length of the building, only half the length being of 9 metres. Doesn't matter that it's a 36% variation as it's only half the length of the building. Just going to finish on, I know we need affordable housing, but I don't see this as the answer. I also don't think key worker housing on government land a way to fix the issue either. Which that information of key worker housing is in the Hunter Regional Planning 2041 document or in the discussion, the 6 city regional discussion paper. I suggest if you want to know what I'm talking about, please go read these documents as they are relevant to how we plan our towns, as you can see here. Thank you.
Report CC 41 2023. Moving that way, Councillor Hawkins, seconded Councillor Hill. Speaking, no. Councillor Olsen.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. I'm sort of, I don't understand why we are going to give this power to the General Manager. It's a committee of council that we have to have, and we as councillors overrule the General Manager, and I still think that if we're going to have a traffic committee making recommendations, we should be knowing what the traffic committee is recommending for our community, and we should be supporting or refusing to support that, because we had that issue over in Ferguson Street where this council, I think it was unanimously refused what the recommendation was from the traffic committee, and if that was never come back to council, then the General Manager would have approved it and the councillors wouldn't have had a say. So I can't support having the General Manager being delegated this power on traffic committee resolutions. It takes up very little time of council's time for the report to come back to council and the councillors to make that decision. That's what we're here to do. We're here to support recommendations, and if we don't support recommendations, to review the recommendations and find an alternate solution sent back to the traffic committee. I think we should just continue on that practice. It's worked so long and it hasn't failed us yet, so why should we change something that isn't broken?
Look, Mr. Mayor, maybe the director could clarify that what we're delegating is the really simple, basic, straightforward, basically moving lines and the simple things that don't need to wait a month or a month and a half. They're on the ground. We've had examples where the line marking's already in place.
Point of order from Councillor Olsen.
We've had traffic committee issues come to council that have already been done before council's approved them. That's what Councillor Hawkins is saying.
That's not a point of order. Painter was going.
Just want to clarify, so this is just small things like signage, line marking, nothing major or controversial. So it's just to expedite time saving and cost saving. Or if it's just minor things that are delegated to the general manager or to the director, in my mind, as it reads, I don't it to be, would be a good thing to save time and money.
Councillor Olsen, you had a question.
Yeah, just a question. Just recently, Ferguson Street, we put an island in the middle for that pathway that's going all around in circles, and that was put a recommendation that went through the traffic committee. That was put in before the traffic committee come to council. So you're saying we delay projects, but we still do projects before the traffic committee report comes back to council?